Mr. President,
The Senator from Alabama.
first I'd like to say thank you to my colleague from South Carolina for his leadership on this critical issue. The Laken-Riley Act is the bipartisan border bill that should be on the Senate floor today. I am proud to be the lead Senate sponsor of this critical legislation along with my colleague from North Carolina. The Laken-Riley Act passed the House of Representatives in an overwhelmingly bipartisan fashion. The gentleman from Georgia, Congressional District 10, secured 37 Democratic votes for this bill on the House floor. And here in the Senate, this bill is bipartisan and has a co-sponsor list of 47 senators. I am confident that a bipartisan majority of senators support the Laken-Riley Act and would vote for it today. The House already did its work in a bipartisan fashion on this legislation, and now it's our turn here in the Senate. And frankly, it's well past time. We should send this bipartisan bill to the President's desk immediately. If this bill had been the law of the land, Laken-Riley would still be alive today. Now this body has an opportunity and a responsibility, in my opinion, to prevent this kind of unimaginable tragedy to happening to more families across America. The Laken-Riley Act is straightforward. It says that ICE would be required to detain and deport illegal aliens who commit theft offenses. It would also allow states to seek an injunction against any action taken by the Secretary of Homeland Security or the Attorney General that violate immigration law to the detriment of the state or its citizens. My colleague from South Carolina has been at the forefront of exposing the Biden administration's unprecedented abuse of immigration parole, which is directly relevant to the Laken-Riley case. Under the Trump administration and the Obama administration, parole was granted at our southern border on average less than to 6,000 people a year. However, under President Biden, grants of parole have skyrocketed, and now we know over 1.3 million people have been paroled in the past year. One of those grants of parole went to Laken-Riley's alleged killer after he crossed the southern border illegally in 2022. This abuse of parole continues to have devastating consequences for families and communities in every corner of our nation. President Biden could stop this abuse of parole today if he wanted to, but he doesn't, and he won't. The president refuses to reverse course. It is past time to force his hand on that and pass the Laken-Riley Act. It will secure our homeland. It will help to safeguard our streets. It will help defend our families. I yield the floor.